a spiritual awakening in February.
Okay.
I've always had superpowers. I've always been psychic, and I've always had premonitions, and I've seen ghosts and talked to ghosts and spirits. But in February, they've had a life-changing event where I've always filled everybody's cup with love more than my own. So the only way I heal myself is by healing everybody else.
Oh, so like.
So I was on my hands and knees to the universe with nothing. Like I was on the streets, homeless.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, please, universe, help me. I never asked for anything. I give everybody the shirt off my back. I borrow money to give to people when they need money. Please help me on my children's lives. Help me. And I promise that I will never ever lift my sword in evil again. And I promise you, universe and God, or whoever's listening, that I will use my powers only for good. And if I don't, then please punish me.
Right.
The next day, everything changed. I started to manifest every day after that. I know you might not believe this, but I started to understand the laws of karma in the universe. I started to understand quantum leaping forward and backward in time.
Okay.
I manifested everything I wanted. I manifested going to parties for free. I manifested meeting lovely ladies. And this one right next to me, exactly what I manifested. I manifested meeting somebody more powerful than me to be my friend.
Okay.
Who I'm going to go meet tonight and move in with him.
Okay.
That's what I manifested. I also manifested. It's like it's not real. Every night before I go to bed, I say thank you for the day, thank you to my guides, thank you to the universe, and then I say, please put me in the best possible timeline tomorrow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So.
Do you think it's more sort of because you're a spiritual person? Have you always been a spiritual person?
It's not about spiritual. It's about having. I'm a star seed, so I'm a chosen one.
Okay.
There's 144,000 of us on the earth.
Okay.
We were brought here to bring humans into the next dimension, the fifth dimension. There's currently a mass awakening, right? I've always been spiritual, so I know that all the gods exist at once, because when everybody manifests at the same time, it creates something. So Thor still exists, Odin, Hercules, all the different gods, all the Hindu gods exist, all the Christian gods exist, everything exists.
Okay.
The gods in themselves are inherently not evil. Man is the one that makes things evil. Why did it happen to me? Because I begged for it and I was honest.
Okay.
Now, I used to be a bit naughty when I was young, but since doing that promise to the universe, I've met other people like me, and they too have repeated what I've said. So like, the minute that you turn back your word, you lose everything. Right? Every single day I have synchronicities. When people say, isn't that funny? Isn't that weird how this happens? It's not funny. Nothing ever happens by accident in the universe.
Yeah.
There are no accidents. Everything is happening for you, not to you. Every time you say, please someone help me, the universe will always throw you a little bone. If the karma's in your side.
Yep.
It's up to you if you want to
take that opportunity.
pick up the bone and eat it. How hungry are you?
Yeah.
We are, okay, so the meaning of life. Everybody says, oh, the afterlife, if I'm good in this life, somebody will give me 50 virgins, or I'll be, no. All we know for sure is that this is reality right now, it exists.
Yeah.
The fact that we live, the fact that we won the sperm race is equal to every single lotto that ever existed. It's so much trillions and billions of dollars that you can't fathom it. The fact that you are alive, my friend, is the lotto itself.
Of course.
Right? It is the fucking lotto. You beat 1 trillion people in a fucking swimming race.
Yeah.
Right? So this is heaven and this is hell. But it's completely up to you, my friend. What's your name?
Hamad.
Ahmad?
Yeah.
Ahmed. Richie. It's completely up to you. You can be the happiest person in the world, and you can. Sometimes bad things happen, but if you keep thinking positive, everything good will come. If you're keeping a good person and keep being loving, there's only 2 emotions, love and fear.
Yeah.
If you keep showing love to everyone and doing the best that you can, this is fucking heaven, bro. It's heaven. If you keep looking at wake up every day and say, thank you, universe, thank you for giving me like air to breathe and a roof over my head. And just little things like that, bro. Thank you for my mum. Thank you for my girlfriend. Thank you for my dog, my cat. Your life instantly changes, bro. brother, instead of waking up and saying, "Oh, my back hurts. My friend won't talk to me because I didn't shave my toes." Something ridiculous, right? "Oh, I can't pay the bills." You should say, "Oh, I'm going to work hard to pay the bills."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
So we are in heaven.
Yeah.
But it also can be the worst thing in the world. Doesn't matter what country or where you come from, bro.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
That's me in a nutshell. I can go so much deeper, but we haven't got like 40 years to live together. I mean, if you want to marry me, I can't. Anyway, Emily, your turn. Your turn. Yeah. Do you have any questions for Emily?
Same question.
Same question?
Yeah.
What was the
Tell us your story.
Oh God.
Or our story.
Our story.
So how did you meet him? You can tell me
the real one.
that. You can use
Instagram.
I know. Yeah, Instagram. I know. I feel like maybe my story is a little bit different.
Yep.
I was born to someone who was a heroin addict.
Okay.
And my first words, my first sentences, I never want to ever repeat ever in life. A lot of trauma from a baby. And kind of just grew up into being adopted into my family from my grandparents.
Yeah.
Instead of going into foster care. So they raised me. So I was raised by a cop from Penrith.
Okay.
And a nurse who worked with disabled children. So I was really, really lucky to have that happen instead of going into foster care. I think I've been raised around realizing that even if people are considered family, it doesn't always mean that people mean quote family.
Yeah.
I think I found out the hard way that even though lots of my family have been very generous to me, taking me in from a baby and raising me, but, well, not a baby, like 5 years old, but, I don't know, it's kind of, everyone would just take you for a couple of years and raise you for a couple of years, but it doesn't always mean you're going to turn out like your family. My family is very Christian, very, very, very religious, but they're very judgmental, and I am the black sheep, just like my mother. Genetics, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So, like, I've got a face tattoo. I've got the side of my head tattooed. I've got most of my body tattooed, just not the lower part of me. And my family treat me the same as my heroin mother addict.
okay.
Even though I've never done that. So, I don't know. Being raised in a Christian home is very different. Now, I don't talk to them much at all,
Okay.
unless it's like holidays. So, yeah, I don't know. I believe family is people around you that make you feel like you can do better and also tell you when you should take more care of yourself
I agree.
and others around you.
Of course.
Yeah. Because if someone's too scared to tell you that, they're not your family.
Yeah.
They're just a friend or an acquaintance. That's it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you were raised by a cop and a nurse. How did you
Yeah.
sort of find that person?
So, being like the cop side,
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to go for any sleepovers when I
Okay.
was a kid. I was never allowed to go to birthday parties, not where I wasn't supervised by them. And because he was retired at the time, so he didn't want to go anywhere. So, unfortunately, I think if he was more out there type of person, not so introverted,
Yeah.
maybe we would have gone out more, and I could have seen his perspective in real life more than just his perspective,
Yeah.
and then that's it. And then my grandma, she has like the biggest heart. I'm like a little nana myself. I have a lot of
say that I've met the best people in the world, and I appreciate the best people in the world that have gone through the hardest traumas,
Yeah, preach.
the,
Yeah.
the biggest tests, right?
Yeah.
Because the people that I grew up Catholic as well, very Catholic.
Okay.
So the people who have not grown up with these traumas, and the people that have, I've got a lot of fucking trauma too, bro. I got molested by my fucking family. All right, so there we go. That's one of them. I mean, that's not a brag. That's just so fuck blood. Do you know what I mean? The people that can have persevered and somehow still manage to hold a thread of love and be kind when the whole world has shunned them, to me, will forever be on my angel team. I have utmost time for them and respect. I will give those people, and I do give those people the shirt off my back, and I will borrow money when I have none for them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
People, because how can you know what true love or beauty is if you don't know what the devil and the demon and the disgusting lower vibrations of the universe are? Do you understand?
Yeah.
How dare you say I love you to somebody if you don't even know what I hate you means?
Of course. So you gotta have something to differentiate with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Oh, well, the beautiful doesn't exist without ugly because you don't know what the both mean without the other.
We can't appreciate one.
Oh, you slipped just up there.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
sorry.
now that you've just seen inside my fucking heart, brother,
Yeah.
can I ask about you?
Sure.
Where are you from? What's your story, bro?
So I'm from Pakistan.
Right.
Me and my dad came here when I was 11 years old. I didn't know that I was coming here to stay because I was a chess player back in Pakistan and I came here to represent Pakistan.
Oh,
That's
wow.
fucking sick. That's
You're so smart.
So when I came here, my dad obviously had a purpose, which was obviously taking me to a chess tournament, and the other was one to give me a better life,
Okay.
right? Which back then I didn't understand because I was only 11.
And you weren't aware?
I wasn't
nothing
aware
was-
that we're not going. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That would have been very difficult.
yeah. So after playing, like finishing my tournament, he told me that we're not, going back. We're gonna stay here. So that was a bit of shock for me because obviously my everyone's back home. Couldn't say bye to them.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's how.
It's a very big trauma or not. Trauma is a very heavy word. An
No, that's-
experience.
That's trauma.
Experience
But then
It is trauma.
to go through.
I've kind of am thankful to my dad because
He was doing the best.
the decision that he took, I realize it now. But back
Yeah.
then, obviously, I was a kid. I didn't realize it. But the life that I'm
best
living
thing
right
they
now
could
is
do.
because of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
really thankful for that.
Are you close with the rest of your family?
I'm really close. Yeah. I still live with my parents because it's more sort of like a cultural thing as well for us, where we believe they've sacrificed so much for us and pretty much lived for us.
Yeah.
And provided everything that we have right now, and now it's sort of our turn to return that back to them, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I should sort of follow. And
I mean, I would pass up a little bit of peace to myself with, like, if I was on a level with my family where things were more peaceful,
Yeah.
I would love to live with them and show them so much respect for everything they've given me. Yeah.
It's the same in South America. I'm South American, bro. I speak Spanish.
Okay.
I'm from Argentina and Paraguay. Where you're not supposed to leave home until you have a girlfriend or a husband or whatever your thing is, right?
yeah,
And then, it's different culture, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
no, that's
We
alright.
interrupt because we have ADHD, both of us,
Yeah.
and we're just trying to add to your story to show that we understand. But keep going, please.
No, I love it. So yeah, that happened, and then just pretty much went to school, played a couple of more tournaments. My dad's been really supportive throughout the whole journey, while my mum and my siblings were back in Pakistan, right?
And you grew up in Sydney?
We were back in Brisbane back then.
Brisbane, okay.
Yeah. And then my family came in like after 3 years. So after that, my dad thought, maybe he might have better opportunity for all of us in Sydney.
Yeah?
So, and then he made another decision that we should all move to Sydney.
Yeah.
That was us leaving our friends back in Brisbane and then moving to Sydney again, right?
What age?
A part of the journey.
That was me, so that was after 4 years. That should be like 15, 16 years old. I was, yeah. And and then when I came here, went to high school, made new friends, but then my dad got a better job. I went to uni as well. So yeah, like slowly, gradually, we are where we are, and I'm really thankful to all the decisions that he made. It was now I understand that it was all in our favor, sort of thing.
I feel like a lot of like, whether it's a small or a big decision that your parents make or whoever's looking after you that you don't understand, like later in life, whether it's a good or bad decision, you understand from their perspective.
Of course.
Yeah. Even if it wasn't a good decision, you understand why they did it. Yeah.
I'll tell you what brought me peace, brother. I hated my dad all my life.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until I decided to forgive everyone in my life who ever wronged me.
Okay.
Because if it wasn't for all the pain and punishment, I wouldn't be the strong, sexy man that I am today. It's true, man. I would be a wimp. I would be like just not have the morals that I do.
Yeah.
So, once I understood that I have to forgive everyone that ever teased me, that ever wronged me, that ever did something malicious to me, forgive them properly. And, it's not their fault that they're stupid or like that they're closed-minded or they don't know what love is.
But generational people have different things that they have morally and internally learn.
Yeah, I agree to
guess.
that because obviously whatever they are sort of saying to you or teaching you is what they've learned as well.
Yeah,
And whatever you've learned is what you're going to teach your children as
and
well.
there's
So
always like breaking the cycle with things, which
Yeah.
I'm all for, especially if it's always like a negative thing.
It's very hard to break the cycle.
But it
Yes.
always takes that one person in the family tree line to do it.
yeah.
The black sheep's always a good one.
Exactly, yeah. Like the black sheep is, quote, black sheep is always the person that is usually that person
Generation
that like
breaker.
breaks
Generational curses.
the shit. Like,
Generational curses.
yeah, like me and my sister, like I feel like me being childless and her wanting kids, but not until she's ready is our way of breaking the cycle, because everybody in my grandfather's, our mother's side has always just had kids before they're too ready.
Okay.
And never thought about it and just had kids to have kids. Yeah. So, I know, like, I'm very proud to say that I do not want to birth children. And even though I'm with someone who has kids, it doesn't, like, I'm still happy to be with kids. It's just not from me.
Okay.
And it's so different for them to understand me not wanting kids and little things like that. Yeah,
Because I think they're still thinking from their own perspective rather than your sort of. Yeah.
And they look at me like a female. I'm like, just look at me like a person. Like, just look at me like a person.
Yeah.
My grandma has always said since I was like 15, she's like, if I had kids now, she's like, I wouldn't have them. There's too many bad, scary things in the world. She said she put way more thought into it in this day and age than back in her day. Yeah, and she's in her late 80s.
Okay.
Late 70s. So, yeah. They were in Sydney their whole life, so they've seen a fair bit of everything. Yeah.
I moved from
I take a
Queensland when
lot
I was
of their
13
advice.
too, bro. So.
Okay, cool. Whereabouts? did you
Sunshine
live?
Coast, bro.
Okay,
I
Sunshine.
lived in Woombai in Nambour. I was the only kid for like 400 kilometres with black hair. You know how much I got,
That's so
you know how much I
crazy.
got bashed every day? All the girls loved me. All the boys hated me, man. Because I showered and put on clothes.
And they still
And I
give you
brushed my...
stronger.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's still like that in country towns.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's still like that, you know that.
Yeah, I know.
And then as soon as somebody from the city drifts in and goes out, like all the guys hate them. Yeah, it's the truth too. You're laughing because it's the truth. Do we jump out here, bro?
Oh no, we're on the middle of the road.
No, I don't mean right here. Mate, I was sitting in your cab all night and talk.
I don't even know where.
I think where I'm dropping you is right there on the right side. So.
I'm just seeing what bar I have to go to. 28 minimum.
So you did them a favor by moving out, did you?
Sorry?
No, I'm asking him. Did he
Sorry.
do them a favor by moving out?
Who?
All the boys.
Oh, I had no choice, man. I was 13, 14. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Things in country towns don't evolve as quick, man. Racism is still very much alive in this world, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Let's not be naive about it. You know. Ultimately, that's what it was.
Well, my perspective was people who generally are done with other people are the ones who move to countryside because they just want to live in peace. But
Sometimes they don't know what they want though. Sometimes they think the grass is greener on the other side.
Yes. Sometimes they moved in and they... Yeah, I had somebody message me yesterday saying, I'm living my best life now. Well, why are you messaging me for? We have one shop. Okay.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. I'll message you later
Thank
on
you.
YouTube if you're gonna be.
No worries.
If you're gonna be.
You guys happy
for
for
sure.
this to be posted, right?
Huh?
You guys happy for this to be posted?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
As long
message you
as I
later.
don't
Let me
have
know
any weird
if we make
facials.
No worries.
it. Awesome. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Have a good night,
Thank
man. Have a
you.
good life.
You too.
God bless and love you, man.
Oh gosh, hang on.
If nobody's told you today, I love you, bro.
I love
Alright.
you too, man. Likewise.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.